guys, this is Eunice. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to Shore Urban Medicine and welcome to Shore Urban Knowledge. We do have a great herb for you today. One that I have talked about before, but every year there is cold and flu season arise. So we are in the midst of cold and flu season now as I'm speaking. We already had cold to hit this household. Yes. And I still got a little bit of it left. So please forgive me if I start coughing or something like that, because I am doing something about it. Okay. Echinacea is the subject, is the herbal medicine that we're going to be talking about today. Its main benefit is the immune system and all that. Echinacea also the primary benefit is to reduce the severity of cold and flus by stimulating the immune system cells and so forth, along with anti-inflammatory and antioxidant and so forth. So echinacea is what we're going to be talking about today, and the great benefits that it's going to give you for your cold and so forth, and to help prevent you from going further into getting or into further having the flu. So we're going to talk about that. Like I said, the primary reason for echinacea is the immune system, because it has an anti-inflammatory and antibiotics, antioxidant in it, and so forth, which keeps down the inflammatory and so forth, helps with pain, joint pain, and all that as well. So if you keep down the inflammation and so forth, then you'll be able to keep the joint pains and so forth away, because it's the inflammation that is going to cause these joint pains and things like that. So you want to try to do that and so forth. And also too, if you do have a cold, you want to take something that's going to help and so forth, help the whole family and so forth to get rid of it, so it doesn't spread around into your home and all that. So also echinacea does help with skin health. When you break out with certain skin issues and so forth, echinacea does help with that. It does help with respiratory issues and so forth, along with, like I said, it is great for colds, and anytime you do have a cold, you also have issues and so forth with breathing, or some people do and so forth. I won't say everybody that has a cold has a breathing problem. But some people who do already have breathing issues and so forth do have breathing problems and so forth when they have cold. And also too, it's good for pain and anxiety and so forth, because once you're sick and so forth with this cold and so forth, and we know that there is no cure for cold. We just, we can't get around people, we can't do this, we can't do that because we're sick, we're stuck on the couch, we, blowing our nose and doing all that we can and so forth before we get a chance to, break away from this cold and everything. And just because you have cold does not mean it's actually flu either. So if you want to find out what it is you actually do have, you can go to a doctor and so forth and get something for a cold and so forth, or see if it's just a cold and not the flu, was what I mean. And so forth. And if you do just have a cold, echinacea is the best thing for. It's natural and so forth. Drink it as a tea. I'm getting ready to drink some right now. Drink it as a tea to get rid of aches and so forth. And you always know when you're starting out with a cold, because you get that scratchy throat. You get those hot and cool hot and cool symptoms and things like that. So you know from the get up that you're coming down with something and so far and everything. And if you jump on something really quick and so forth, then you'll be able to stop it in its track and so forth from getting worse and all that. Unfortunate for men and so forth, they don't like to admit that they're in pain, they're sick, and yada yada yada, and so forth. They like to do things on their own, and I'm trying to steady tell Paul to call his doc so he can get some pills and so forth for his cold and all that. And of course, he did not right away. And then he did. And by the time I guess he did, he started, I guess I got a little bit of his cold and so forth. So I've been taking care of it for a couple of days and so forth. I'm getting back to my old self now. But yeah, I wasn't feeling good for the first couple of days. When I get sick and so forth, I just lay around and sleep. Most people do. Sleep is the best thing for sickness and so forth. That's what I discovered. Yeah, sleep is the best thing for sickness. So yeah, but take something. Make sure your throat is not getting sore, headaches and so forth, and all that, and then help prevent yourself from getting those hot and cold symptoms and things like that. So I hope this has helped you. I hope that you get some echinacea and so forth and bring yourself back to a good place and so far if you have a cold. It will, if you can stop the cold, it will stop from flu from coming on and so forth, which is a great thing to do. You don't want to get the flu. Most people have already gotten the shots, but still got a cold and so forth because it's a difference in the flu and colds and so far. But usually, sometimes colds end up being the flu. So if you can prevent any of that and so forth, it would be great, 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 and so forth. So yeah, I just want to throw that out to you today is to get some echinacea, and also your children can take echinacea. Recommended 12 and up, of course. But you do also have uh, elderberry and so forth for your kids. Little kids can do elderberry and so forth, syrup and so forth that'll help them and all that. So yeah. So get that stuff and have it in your house and so forth. I just had to hunt this stuff down. Get my echinacea in me today and so forth. I'm feeling better, but I still want to go ahead and just get rid of this and so forth, so I can be 100% me. You know what I mean? 100% me. And thank you guys for joining me today. I hope this information has helped you. If it had cannot help you, pass it on to someone. Somebody's going to get cold and flu this year and so forth because of the hot weather, the cold weather. We are having a cold snap again this week. You see me in my sweater here. You see me in my sweater. I don't do this unless it's cold. Cold for Floridians anyway. So thank you for joining me today, and I'll see you on the next video. Baby, we found just who we are meant to be in this galaxy.